Want to make something easy and fun for Easter? Let's make this together. First, here's what you'll need to get this started. Next, you're going to fold your piece just like you see on screen, and then you're going to measure approximately a 1/2 inch from the top of the edge right there. And just mark that. You're not doing anything just yet. Now take your ruler and from there angle it and mark it down just like you see me doing with your marker. This is going to allow you to create your triangle. So go ahead and cut along the line you have just marked on your fabric piece. Next, you're going to repeat the same thing on the other piece of fabric. So go ahead, take your measurements, and do the same thing here. Now go ahead and sew everything down just like you see on screen. Okay, it's starting to come together. You have the main piece that you need to work with. Now go ahead and take that, set it aside, and get the other piece of fabric you had. This is the longer piece. You're going to take that and fold it just like you see there. And then you're going to go ahead and sew a straight line from the top to the bottom. I do recommend using clips here because it does help you keep everything together. I'm going to go ahead and link the clips I used in this video. Now let's go ahead and put both pieces together. Turn that piece you just sewed and just make half it, just like you see there, folding it over. Make sure your seams align, and then now let's go ahead and iron it flat. This does help to ensure that everything looks crisp when you're done sewing. Now let's turn the bottom piece inside out so that it's now on the right side. The seams are on the inside. Make sure everything is laying flat and bring the top of your carrot and put it all together just like you see there. So as you can see, I am going to try to align the ends or the corners to the areas that I just ironed flat. And just go ahead and use your sewing clips. These sewing clips are very important because they do help everything stay together. If you want to use pins, that's fine, but I find that this is easier because you're working with angles and you want to make sure everything goes together and you don't accidentally hurt yourself with a pin. Now back to the sewing machine. We're going to go ahead and put it all together, taking out your clips as you sew along. And we're almost done. Now go ahead and iron everything flat. Make sure it all lays flat. And in this case, you are going to need your seam ripper because you do want to create a casing to run your ribbon or thread or rope through. So make sure everything lays down flat, and then now go ahead and get your seam ripper. First, you want to measure another 1/2 inch from the top of the green spot to right where it comes together on the bottom of your carrot. And then go ahead and do a straight line. You're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. what we're trying to do is ensure that we know the right place for where the casing is going to go. Now you're going to go to your sewing machine, and this is a little tricky, but you can do it. I believe in you. Go ahead and just run the stitches. Make sure you're not putting it together. See how I'm doing it there by making sure that they're not coming together. I want to make sure I just create a casing, and my seam ripper is going to do the rest of the work for me. So I should mention that on both sides where you have the creases, you want to leave a little bit of a gap. So you'll have it on one side, like you see there, and I have it on the other side as well. So there you go. That's what it looks like. Next, you're going to take your seam ripper and just create a small opening. Make sure you're only doing it on the top part of that stitch of that fabric and not on both sides. So just kind of pull it apart like you see there and just create a small opening. About a half an inch should do. And that's it. You're done. So go ahead and run your ribbon through, or thread or rope, whatever it is you're using, run it through and just go ahead and stuff it when you're done. Thanks for watching. Happy Easter. And if you do make one of these, be sure to tag me so I can see how creative you are. Have a wonderful day.